And Daytona Beach will be busy this weekend with Jeep Beach in town. We've got perfect weather for everyone heading out to Daytona Beach. Tomorrow will be warm with temperatures in the low 80s, but look at that. Sunday, we are going to see those high temperatures climb into the mid 80s with increasing clouds ahead of our next cold front. I'll talk about the details behind that front coming up in the next half minute on the other side of the break.
First warning meteorologist Tran is here now monitoring the rip currents as we head into the weekend. Cam.
That's right. So the rip current risk will be high today. So if you have any plans to head out to the coast this afternoon or evening, do be extra mindful. And then they drop slightly for Friday and Saturday, but then they're high again ahead of our next cold front arriving late day Sunday. So if you're heading out to the beaches this weekend, which it's not a bad idea to do so, but just be extra mindful if you're going to go in the water. It's actually not recommended when the rip current risk is that high. But I know a lot of folks will be tempted to head out to the beach this weekend. We have very nice weather in Central Florida. Here's a look at your beach forecast for Daytona Beach. High of 84 on Saturday, 85 the high on Sunday, and surf will be running about 1 to 2 feet. Keep in mind if you are going to dip those toes in the water, the temperatures are still pretty cold. Right now hovering right around the low 70s at 70 degrees. Speaking of Daytona Beach, here's a live look this afternoon. Look how beautiful it is as we take a look along the coast there in Volusia County, where we're currently at 76 degrees Daytona, 76 currently in New Smyrna, and good afternoon Leesburg. You're currently at 77 at the moment. Taking a look at our visible satellite, you can barely make out any clouds out there, so we have a lot of clear skies, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, and we're also tracking, as we take a live look at our first warning radar, dry conditions. This is all courtesy of high pressure and control. So if you have any outdoor plans today, it is looking fantastic. We will see the high temperature climb to around 86 this afternoon, so it will be warm. But it will be dry though if you do the afternoon pickup and as you're heading out for dinner plans for tonight. Looking ahead for tomorrow though, summer-like heat is to start to creep into the forecast. We are also looking at those rip current risks still being on the moderate side tomorrow. So if you happen to have Friday off and you want to head out to the coast, just be extra mindful there. And I want to give you a big heads up. It is looking fantastic this weekend. Here's a look at futurecast for Saturday at noontime. Mostly sunny skies, dry conditions. So whether it's heading out to any practices or heading out to any games on Saturday afternoon, it is looking fantastic. But I will note though, heads up on Sunday, we'll start to see those clouds build a bit. So if you're hoping to get more sunshine, Saturday will be the slightly nicer of the 2 weekend days. But again, Sunday's not looking bad, but we'll see a bit more cloud cover compared to Sunday though. And here's a look at your Central Florida certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Both weekend days will be hot. We'll see a high of 91 on Saturday for inland areas. Orlando will top out around 92 on Sunday. Then we do have our next cold front that will be arriving coming late Sunday night into Monday, and that's going to bring that uptick in cloud cover for Sunday afternoon into Monday as well. And that's going to bring a slight chance for a few rain showers as we head back to work next week. But behind that front, a pretty nice cool down. Look at that. By Tuesday, high temperatures only in the upper 70s, Mayor.
That sounds nice. It is shaping up to be a beautiful spring day across Central Florida. We've got a live look now from Ocala, where it's warming up to the upper 80s today. And first warning meteorologist Tran tracking those warm temperatures. But Cam, looks nice to be outside, right?
It is. It's actually nice and sunny and dry, and humidity-wise very comfortable as well. And as we go into the afternoon, high temperatures for inland areas will climb into the mid to upper 80s, while folks along the coast mostly low 80s. Daytona will top out around 81 this afternoon, Melbourne 80, but look at this, Leesburg a high of 87, and we're looking at a high of 86 this afternoon in the City Beautiful, which is actually quite on par for where our average temperatures should be for this time of year. But boy, this weekend will be hot. We'll be talking about inland areas climbing into the low 90s this weekend. In fact, we're talking about near record temperatures, especially for inland spots. Orlando will hit a high of 91 Saturday, 92 the high on Sunday. We will see some increasing clouds on Sunday and winds picking up late in the day on Sunday as well. But we don't have to worry about any rain today and through the weekend, really. Here's a live look at our first warning radar as it's doing its scan. You see dry conditions and winds are pretty light out this afternoon. So if you have any outdoor plans today, it is looking fantastic. We are going to see mostly sunny skies, dry conditions, and high temperatures in the City Beautiful climbing to around 86 degrees. Now, the dry conditions make it nice for being outdoors, but it is actually hindering our drought conditions. I'll show you the latest drought monitor that was just released today and show you that one tiny area that saw some slight improvement. That's all coming up in about 15 minutes.
Morning meteorologist Cam Tran, because what a beautiful Thursday afternoon, and look at all the sunshine, Cam.
We have a nice stretch of weather ahead for us. It's going to get quite toasty though by this weekend, with highs climbing into the low 90s though, Meredith. So showing you the 70 off the top. So I know it's Thursday, but you definitely want to make some plans to get outside. Yes, it will be hot, but it'll be mostly dry. And then early next week, we do have a weak cool front that'll be arriving late Sunday night into Monday. That will bring those temperatures back down to more seasonable temperatures in the low 80s, and then a nice cool down through the middle part of next week before we gradually heat on up again. But this weekend, though, it is going to be hot. We're forecasting a high of 92 in the city. Beautiful. That's just 2 degrees shy of your record high on Sunday. Leesburg, we're looking at low 90s as well. And if we hit the 90s, that is going to be near your records. And as we go into Daytona Beach, it'll be in the mid to upper 80s, not quite nearing the records there, but still pretty warm to head out to the coastlines. Live look outside, you can see how beautiful it is as we take a look along the coast in Volusia County this afternoon. This is a live look at New Smyrna Beach, where we're currently at 76 degrees, 78 right now in Sanford, and good afternoon, Claremont. You're currently at 79 degrees. As we take a look at our satellite and radar this afternoon, clear skies, dry conditions all around, so a perfect afternoon to maybe take that lunch break outdoors if you can. High of 86 expected later today in Orlando, and we are looking at wonderful weather even through the evening. Very comfortable temperatures if you have any late evening plans or dinner plans outside. So the latest drought monitor was just released this morning, and you can still see all of Central Florida either under moderate to extreme drought conditions. Extreme drought is highlighted here in the red. So this is today's drought monitor. We're still dealing with a lot of drought here across Central Florida, but if you look really closely and compare it to last week, there is some tiny improvement, not much though. See this area, last week this area was highlighted as a severe drought conditions out in southern Brevard as well as Osceola counties. Notice that's one shade cooler now, so they're seeing some slight improvement there, and that's because of all that rain that we had last week. Speaking of the rain, we could see a few showers late Sunday night into Monday with our next cool front that's going to be arriving. We're not talking about much rain, though. We're talking about 1/10 of an inch or less. What this front will do, though, is bring a nice cool down for next week. That's why high temperatures will only be in the upper 70s on Tuesday, and then right around 80 degrees for Wednesday of next week. So breaking down your Central Florida certified most accurate forecast once again, a nice quiet stretch of weather. However, it will be hot this weekend, and that's going to have a lot of folks flocking to the coast, which is not a bad idea, but just keep in mind we do have that moderate to high risk of rip currents all the way through the weekend, so just be extra mindful if you do plan to go inside the water. We'll have more news for you coming up on the other side of the break.